Good morning everyone and welcome to Friday morning's live stroll. I am just going to have to make a quick stop because Azra's going to the loo straight away. She seems to be doing this more and more now, so just give me 1 minute. Azra. Right. Okay, so we'll try that again. Take 2. Good morning everyone and welcome to Friday morning's live stroll. Azra leading the way. Maybe I'll start doing the live a minute later in the mornings. See if that makes a difference, or if she just does it to me on purpose. I'm sure she doesn't. Anyway, it is 8 degrees this morning, so not that cold. A bit damp. They said initially we were supposed to be having rain today, and I still don't know if we are, because the barometer at home is not saying rain. So, and that's usually pretty accurate, to be honest. Probably a lot more accurate than the apps we've got, to be honest. So we'll see. Relatively normal day, work-wise, both of us today. Then tonight, Friday night, nothing planned. Nice chilled out evening at home. Tomorrow morning, I will not be going with Mum to the hairdressers tomorrow because James has an early kick-off tomorrow and it's quite a long way away. I think it's St Neots direction from memory. In fact, I know it's because I remember the route that Julie was saying. So we've got to leave home probably about 8 o'clock in the morning for that. So yeah, I said to Mum, you're more than able to do it yourself, which she is. I think she just uses me as a comfort blanket on a Saturday morning, which is fine, but sometimes I can't be there. Anyway, and then the rest of the weekend, I've got to go and have a contact lens appointment tomorrow afternoon, but then the rest of the weekend is pretty clear, actually. Initially I thought we might have to go down and see the in-laws on Sunday, but that's just not happening. So lots of people joining up at the same time, so welcome to the channel. If you've been with me before, you'll know the lovely Azra. If you haven't, this is Azra. She's a cross between a Labrador and a Beagle. Labrador size, Beagle colour. She's a rescue dog as well. And she was found in a cardboard box at the side of a road. So she's still pretty fearful, even 4 years on, of motorised vehicles. But she is getting better. And we do this stroll every morning. We have started gradually working up to the longer walks again after the leg injury that has caused me no end of problems. Come on, Azra, lead on. I'll come on to that in a moment. But yeah, that's the star of the show, not me. Do make sure you like and subscribe. So, had my sort of second physio appointment yesterday, and so far it's been a little bit strange how I would sort of see physio. It's been a lot of talking and a lot of sort of exercise to give at home, which is fine. I prefer that, but I prefer him to be a bit more sort of hands-on. Anyway, yesterday, the last 10 minutes, he did quite a lot of muscle manipulation. And by goodness, did it absolutely hurt. And anyone who says going to physio is a doddle is telling you fibs, I'm telling you. Because it hurt. And it hurt for about an hour or so after. As he said, not to me, because he obviously understands that I know what's involved, but people sometimes think, oh, you go to the physio for a massage, they sort of bring their flipping book and a cucumber. And it's just like, what is wrong with people? Physio is not like going for a massage in any shape or form. I can assure people of that. So, the leg, I think, is now slowly making a slow recovery. And it is a slow recovery because the thigh itself is still really tight and it does still really hurt. I can't believe the lights are on outside the house this morning, but we've still got Christmas lights in the window. That is madness. I'm sorry, guys. Or unnecessary. And I'm sure, as I've said to you before, he's doing it to get noticed and get spoken about. Each their own, eh? If you are new to the channel, as I said, do make sure you like and subscribe. What people are up to today, where are you watching from? What time is it where you are today? I'm still a little bit nervous as to where we're going this morning. Whether we're going to do the medium or the long stroll. I would like to go and push on and do the long stroll. So I think that's what we'll aim for. Just I'm a bit later this morning. And only because I set my alarm for 4:45. I didn't get up, I couldn't be bothered. And that's unlikely. So I got up at 5, so I'm just literally 15 minutes behind again. And it makes a big difference. Vehicle-wise, people-wise, the extra 15 minutes. As you might have seen yesterday, we saw the 2 big buses, which she absolutely hates, on the high road. But that's sort of the only way to get back, so yeah, it's a nuisance. But once they're gone, they're gone. But a few more of us on this morning. The numbers always drib and drab throughout the stroll, and it is tough when you're doing it in the dark. There's not a lot of perspective as to what you can see and not see. I prefer doing the strolls on a Sunday, but the way YouTube is, you've got to sort of try and keep the videos going so it stays in the algorithm as much as you can. So this is why we push on and do these. And people seem to like them, people seem to watch and like, and subscriptions are going really well again. My little channel, I think it's pretty much 50 since New Year's Day, so we're doing really well. Long may that continue. We've got lots of stuff coming up this year, as I've already said. Surprise holiday in just over 2 months now. A nice cottage break to look forward to later on in the year, and then America much later on in the year for Julie and my 20-year anniversary present to each other. So yeah, we've got lots of 3 holidays to look forward to, plus whatever else we do in between. So yeah, we'll take you with us as much as you can. Azra and Ralph, they go into their holiday home just over 2 months' time, and also when we go to America in August, they're actually coming with us. It's a dog-friendly cottage, so they will be coming with us, and they'll love it. There's a hot tub at this place and everything. Can't wait. Go on, Azra. So it's when we get to the end of this road that we always make the decision to go right or left. If we go right, it's the medium stroll. If we go left, it's the long stroll. Now we are going to do a left, but I might just shave a bit off it further round. Come on, Azra. Lead on. Lead on. It was yesterday morning, that dog almost came through that front door. Frightened the hell out of me. The EBGBs. As I say, unfortunately tomorrow we are going to be out similar time, maybe slightly later, but around this time, maybe around 6-ish. But Sunday will be 7:15 to 7:30, and it'll be a lot lighter, and you can actually see where we're going. And we'll change the walk up, we'll do a different walk as well. The reason I do this time of year, because I get help with the lights from the street lights. Not a lot, I get help, and also it's dry. Once the weather gets a bit better, we'll start going back over the fields and we get a bit more light. But for now, we have to make do with this. Okay, so we're now heading up what incline we have got before we make the turn back towards the high street where that car, if you just saw the lights, just went. What I'll say, guys, as well, if anyone's interested, is when he did the old muscle manipulation yesterday, there was a lot of thumb being pressed into the tense point of the muscle, and that is to actively get the blood pumping to try and get it to heal. But I don't know, it's a good thing, and I always say this, that I've got quite a high pain threshold, I think, because it absolutely killed. It was horrible. But as I said before, no pain, no gain. Hi Tasha, how you doing? Thanks for joining up and commenting. You were doing well this morning. As I was just saying, I had another physio yesterday, and it was quite painful, certainly for an hour or so after we had done the muscle manipulation. But yeah, got to go through it. Want to feel better. I am out of breath, you're quite right. I have I was doing these strolls up until end of October last year, these sort of 2 to 3 mile walks. And then I had a bit of an accident coming back from France. And I basically put my leg out and I was struggling to even do a mile after that. And it's amazing how quickly you lose your stamina and your fitness with these strolls. And also, I'm not going to fib, I put on a bit of weight because I wasn't doing the exercise. Anyway, it's just this week we started doing these longer strolls again. So gradually the fitness and stamina will come back on it. That's the general plan. Come on, Azra. Having a good old sniff. You're waiting for Corrie. Is that the sitcom or something else? Come on, Azra. My old grandmother, God bless her, she was a massive Corrie fan. Corrie, Emmerdale, Brookside, never EastEnders. But she was massive on the other 3. Obviously Brookside's long gone now. But the other 2 I believe are still going, aren't they? I know Corrie is, obviously. Is Emmerdale still going? Or am I talking rubbish? Come on. Go on, Azra, keep going. Good girl. I find with sitcoms, they're very depressing all of the time. There's always something, I know that's how they get people to watch, I'm not stupid, but life isn't always like that. And you just think to yourself, when you watch something on telly, you do want a bit of relief sometimes rather than from whatever is going on in your own life. And I think if you're getting depressed watching television as well, where's the respite? Anyway, I watch Liverpool play every week, so I'm on punishment enough. Go on, Azra. Keep going. Good girl. Right, so where are we? We've been going now, coming up 20 minutes. We're doing all right. Come on. Go on, lead on. Azra, come on. Good girl. So we're now back onto the high street, where we've got a lot more light, but as I say, I'm fairly sure we're going to see 1 bus, maybe 2. Come on. And anything else that comes along here. So has anyone got anything planned for the weekend? I told you my plans, it's quite calm. Nothing too stressful really. Well, hopefully James's football match tomorrow morning won't be. They're doing really well at the minute and they are top of the league. But they've got to get that intensity back. I'm quite pleased in the way their match after Christmas was cancelled because it was a top of the league clash and they just seem to have lost a little bit of their Vavavooming training. So hopefully they'll get that back. Let's say top of the league by 4 points. So as we come along here, there isn't an awful lot to show you, but there is a pub coming up on the right hand side called the Dolphin, and it's my niece's birthday, not this Sunday, next Sunday, so the 1st, and I'm being told we're all going out for dinner there, so I'll show you as we go by. I've not had a roast in there yet. It's been open now again since October last year. I've eaten there 3 times and it's always been a good meal, so I'm hoping we've got the bus coming now, so I'll show you that in a minute when it goes whizzing by. So I have a bus or a lorry, have a look. So it's the coach this morning. Whether the double decker will be coming out as well, it did yesterday, they were both out. In fact, we had all 3 one day this week. Come on, Azra. Okay, so this is the Dolphin here. Can't really show you too much in there because it's obviously dark, but this is where we'll be coming. Massive car park. Here in Devon, okay, well that's a lovely part of the world. Go do a bit of surfing maybe. Not this time of the year perhaps, but lots of nice scenery, lots of nice walks. I'd love to have some of those walks that you've got, I must be honest. We were quite lucky, we've got sort of 2 or 3 sort of decent walks around here, but not as picturesque as scenery as where you are. It's a good point. You might have to Google it. I'm not sure about that, but is it just where they serve food? I don't know if that's just the terminology. I don't know, but it's just a normal pub stroke restaurant as far as I'm concerned. Got a lovely beer garden out the back as well in the summer, I must say. They spent a lot of money on it last year, as I say. I think it's shut sort of maybe June, July time, and it reopened in October. And they have done a lot, I must say, and it's a lot better. And it probably has got a lot of clients back on side, not just locals in the village, but also from outside, because they've really improved the restaurant and the food, got a new chef in. So yeah, lots of positives for them. So we're now coming up to the little village centre now. There's not a lot to show you, but I'll point it out because I haven't done it this week. On the left there is our little fish and chip shop. Doesn't look like much, and to be fair, we don't go there that often. It's changed hands recently, and we've eaten in there a couple of times since then, or got takeaway from there, should I say, and it's alright. They couldn't have been any ruder than the people that were in there before, to be fair. And then directly in front where you can see the light on is the original barber shop in the village. Got the church over the back there, you might be able to see the steeple there. then we've got another barber shop here and a nail bar. The two barber shops less than a duvet away from each other. Be happy. This has all been hand knitted by someone. Looks really nice. I guess the next thing will be Easter. And then little pharmacy, little co-op, and then we're sort of in the village centre. Now again, if you've been with me before, I was having to stop and to have a sit down by the warmer water over there. I'm not having to do that now. I'm feeling a lot more I can carry on, which is really positive. And this is I was having to do a shorter stroll to do this, but this side of the village there are strategically benches where I know I can sit down, and that is positive. Got a lorry coming in the wrong way into the village. Lucky it's at that time of day because he wouldn't have got through there normally. Old-fashioned phone box over there. Still is a phone box and not a library or a defib. He's coming our way, brilliant. It's alright, Azra. Good girl, good girl. And that's what I'm saying to you about motorised vehicles. She detests it. Absolutely detests it still. And this is because she is a rescue dog and she was found in a box at the side of the road with cars whizzing by. Yeah, High Street. So I've got two more things to show you. Got the Premier coming up here. Obviously another sort of little mini supermarket. Surprising what you can't get in there actually, to be honest. It's a pretty good place. And then the last thing will be, if you can see that red sign in the distance, is the village hall, which is called the village hub. And it's where sort of all our football meetings are, and I'm sure other meetings go in there as well. It used to be the site of the old police station in the village when we first moved here. So it's been built since we've been here. And it's really nice inside. Got a little restaurant in there as well. Never ever eaten in there because they're mostly open during the week. More for the retired people, I guess. And obviously very rarely are we not working. But yeah, that is the village hub over there. So the way we are heading, it'll be heading towards Cambridge. Obviously we're not going to Cambridge, but that's the direction. And then back that way is towards Royston and London. So just geographically gives you an idea. We're about 10 miles south of Cambridge here and about 30 to 35 miles north of London. Right, ladies and gentlemen, I think we're going to call it a day. Thank you very much for all the comments this morning. Do make sure you like and subscribe if you haven't already, because we're out every day. Have a great Friday if you can, and we'll clock out in the next 5 to 10 seconds. Have a good day, guys.